Hi everybody, this is Sheila Aliens. Today is Thursday, May 26, 2011, and we have a typhoon update from Japan. This was posted tomorrow because it's tomorrow in Japan. 5:27 at 12:40 a.m. Chedeng, international name Songda, is now a super typhoon. The super typhoon rapidly intensified over the last 24 hours in the waters off the eastern Philippines, according to the U.S. Navy and Air Force's Joint Typhoon Watch Center. The JTWC expects Songda to continue picking up strength until it reaches Okinawa in Japan, where it will gradually weaken. The Hawaii-based center, which is responsible for issuing tropical cyclone warnings for all branches of the U.S. Department of Defense and other U.S. government agencies, was ahead of Philippines State Weather Bureau PAGASA in predicting that the super typhoon will miss hitting Luzon. PAGASA, in its 11 p.m. bulletin, echoed the JTWC forecast and said Songda further intensified on Thursday. Songda was last spotted 250 kilometers east of Casiguran, Aurora, as it moves northwest at 19 kph. It is expected to be 140 kilometers east of Basco Batanes by Friday night. The Japan Meteorological Agency said the super typhoon is now affecting a 300-kilometer area in the eastern Philippines. So that was my little update. Now I'm going to show you a weather forecast from westernpacificweather.com, showing the typhoon's current and projected path.
Good evening, everybody. Meteorologist Robert Spetty here once again with westernpacificweather.com. It is still the 26th of May 2011, right around 2100 Japan Standard Time. That's about 2000 Philippine time here. And we're continuing to watch now Super Typhoon Songda out here, or Chedeng here, moving off towards the northwest at approximately 8 knots right now. Indication of some very strong thunderstorms out here in this region as this is passing off to the east. And as mentioned on my last update here, the threat of some strong winds associated with these thunderstorms, even the possibility of a tornadic threat, still exists here across the entire island of Luzon as this passes off to the east here. And you could see some, especially in the afternoon, the evening hours, specifically by tomorrow on northern Luzon, could see some enhanced thunderstorms out here. So definitely watch out for that threat, even though the storm is off the coast. Still expecting a lot of heavy precipitation and widespread flooding throughout the area. This is going to follow this path right in here and kind of go southeast of Honshu before rolling out to the east here. The other possible scenario here in which many of the models are picking up on, and that's the reason why there's always that cone of air here on many of the warnings, is this riding up here and basically going off towards the northwest here over basically Kyushu, Shikoku, and then heading out into the Sea of Japan here, just following this overall background flow. So it could go west of the Japanese Alps here. So basically all of Japan under the gun here, and even parts of southern Korea could see some of these outer rain bands here if it does take this path right in here.
So I'm not saying this definitely is evidence of a weather war going on. It just seems that all these direct hits in highly populated areas are pretty remarkable. So I'm remarking on that. Here in the US, you know, we were just hit by those tornadoes, and that's probably not over yet, unfortunately, and we just had the hurricane season right around the corner. It's just uncanny, the direct manner in which they are hitting these areas. And if we were in a hypothetical weather war, would Japan be our ally? Probably, I would think. Either that or it's every man for himself. So it's just a possibility. It could just be Earth acting crazy. It could be. But don't worry, because we have microbes controlling the climate. That's right. You probably saw this article that I posted yesterday, and I think you guys are right. They're just talking about chemtrails. That's the particles that they put into the sky that cause precipitation to form around the particle and fall down as more rain. They've even been known to put cement into the air in Russia, and it didn't work out so well because I guess some big pieces of cement had fallen down out of the sky. But, basically they used dry ice and silver iodide and other mystery products. That is the biological ice nuclei that they were referring to. I don't know if they're pretending not to understand or know what chemtrails are. They're pretending that this cloud seeding stuff doesn't happen, and that's something that has been openly admitted. Why are they acting like it's some new mystery? So basically that whole article was just saying, yeah, man is the cause for weather changes. Biological is man. That's us. I just wanted to add one more part to my little rant, and that is when I was searching for bioprecipitation, I came upon this BBC audio podcast about bioprecipitation. It's a pretty good listen, but the thumbnail that they chose clearly depicts, it looks like Endeavor with these little orbs next to it in triangle formations and such. And I thought that was pretty darn cool because we all know that's what goes on up there. And I think next to Endeavor, this thing that looks like the bubbles connected to each other, I think that is the layout of the space station. So that's probably representing the space station hovering over Earth, and something like Endeavor, and these beautiful little orbs. So I thought that was just a funny little coincidence because I did just post a video about those objects that are hanging out up there by the space station. And that's about it. Thank you so much for listening. Much love.